Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cats and Rats After Dark. I'm the new host, Cody, alongside with my co-host Kirby.
What?
I beat you to it, so I get to say it tonight.
There was no community bet. There was no community bet.
But anyway,
yeah. Cody? What do you think of this game here tonight?
one word: fatigue. Basically, it. There wasn't necessarily any standouts tonight. There were a lot of bad play.
Versus last night where there wasn't any players to pick on, I think tonight was the reverse of that.
Yeah.
But like you're saying fatigue, I don't think that should be a reason for other than guys like Seth Jones who played 30 minutes last night, Erod what he did last night.
But it's not just last night though. It's more of just the schedule right now. Like, you know, you've had back-to-back weeks of back-to-backs and you played, let's see, 8 games in the last 14 days.
So, now, Paul Maurice was saying the schedule thing, but he throws that out there all the time. He threw that out there last night.
This time's a bit different. And like here's the thing, and like in the month of December, the Panthers have 3 back-to-backs, one more remaining. And that's another 3 games in 4 nights, this condensed schedule for the NHL, for the Olympic break or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just it's a fatigue night. I'd be more upset if we didn't win the last 4.
And I'm not going to change my feelings about last night. That was a really big victory. It's just it's a bit of a letdown, like, you know, kind of the effort and kind of how the game kind of went. And St. Louis, they could complain at the refs. I know some fans they were tweeting at me.
100%. I did not like the refs for St. Louis.
That goaltending interference, Cody, I don't know if you can draw that up here soon or show it on.
I probably can just due to copyright, and I don't want to try.
Okay, we might be able to on Twitter. But anyways, there was a stick, like there's stick in there from Jones and Greer, and the goal is still upheld. I thought that was interesting. The interference call on Parayko on Erod. Erod even looked like, wow, I think we got one there.
Yeah. I don't know, that goaltender interference, I thought we were going to get doined because both Jones and Greer were both in the crease.
Yeah, and people were telling me, Panther fans, saying like they were not impeding Hofer's net. And I don't know, is that what Goldie and Randy were saying? I had the St. Louis feed tonight, but the sticks were.
Randy thought it was goaltender interference.
He did. Okay, the sticks were in on Hofer, like both sticks, Jones and Greer.
Yeah.
And that is impeding the goalie to make the save.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't have 2 guys in the crease. I'm leader of the goalie union. 2 guys in the crease and just be like, oh, that's hockey.
And they went in there on their own. They weren't shoved in. So
yeah,
wasn't too sure about that. But I give a lot of credit to the Blues tonight. They played a hell of a game tonight. Robert Thomas is starting to wake up a bit after a slow start to the year. And Jonathan Berggren, the guy who they picked up off waivers from Detroit, has been really hot for him. I think this is his, I don't even know, but he scored in, I think, back-to-back games for him.
Berggren. Cody, bit of a diver with the F-flag cross-check to Berggren, and then Tarasov hitting him there. A little bit of a diver, a little bit of embellisher.
So the one call I thought they did miss, Hofer did trip Marchand on that short-handed chance.
Okay, yeah, he was asking the refs on that.
Yeah, but what's funny is we never get Binnington. We always get Hofer. Like,
commentator of the show's here. He's in from the St. Louis community. Welcome.
Oh, welcome as always. That buzzer beater. Yeah, here's the thing, and this I'm going to be in the minority on this. I thought Tarasov should have had that one.
Some people are saying that. Should Tarasov have had this one? Should he have had that one? I thought we just were not good in our own zone tonight.
I just thought the third one he should have had because of how far out the deflection was, and he wasn't screened. And he kind of just dropped down and panicked. And it just kind of goes over from him. Like, his rebound control the last couple of games he's had has not been the greatest. Oh, look at this one, right? Tarasov's been fine for us. He was really good at the start of the year when we weren't giving him any run support, really. That was his best hockey. Now he's kind of come back down to earth here. But look at this comment. Binnington's on his way out to start. Hofer is the new number 1, coming from the Blues fan.
Now, I had the Blues feed tonight, as I mentioned to you, Cody. I think the St. Louis Blues are the best team with their goaltending tandem at moving the puck. Tonight, Hofer shut down everything that the Panthers were trying to do on the dump and chase. He was out of the net. Even when the Panthers tried to dump it in from the Blues blue line, Hofer was coming out of the net. He was ready every time for that rim around. Did you notice?
And just to check on the out of town scoreboard, the Canucks have come back on the Bruins and are 4-3 with 11 minutes to go.
That's good for the Panthers. I know the Canucks were up early in that game.
Yep. And the Leafs are now down 3-2 versus Nashville.
Oh boy. They were leading most of the night. I didn't know. I forgot to check the score there. That will be interesting on the post game with Zach Phillips over on Leafs Nation.
And Carolina has blown 3-0 leads back-to-back games now
against Tampa tonight.
As they're down 5-4 in Tampa.
But Cody, I thought one of the best St. Louis Blues players tonight was the guy that spells his name the Canadian style, Jake Neighbors.
Look, he's one of the few guys on St. Louis that I've liked. Here's the thing: how much better would they be if they still had like Bull Duke for him? Because I still think that trade for him is still like a head scratcher.
I asked commentator that because he was in the Blues chat there the other night. I forgot the channel. My apologies there, but I said, "What are you guys' feelings on that Bull Duke trade not having him now?" They're like, well, we had to give up someone there. We're missing some of that grit, but we think we have enough scoring depth and enough players up and down the line. And I thought Mayu had a really strong first period, started the game tonight with his stick. He was very active tonight, and that's the player that they picked up in the Bull Duke deal. Yeah. So they just said the numbers didn't work out.
Neighbors has killed us in the past, though. Neighbors is a bit of a Panther killer. Yeah. This isn't the first time he scored on us for a bit. Yeah, Kyrou is hurt. I think he's still in IR, but then again, I don't think St. Louis is rushing him to be back. I think he's on the first way out the minute they get a good offer for him.
Kyrie's had a really hard time fitting in with different coaches.
Yeah, and like last year, remember he said something about the fans.
I think the Blues are still deciding what to do here. Like, I really do. They don't want to give up Hofer at a reduced cost or price because he could be obviously their starter in their future. But they have to see which goalie and what offer they would be, what they're going to get, with Binnington. Because, I don't know if you just want to sell off on Binnington. If you're selling off on Kyrou and other players, Cody, then I guess that's where you kind of move out from Binnington. But I don't know.
Here's the thing about the whole Binnington Hofer thing. It's really, what direction do you want to go? Do you want to start building a bit more for the future? Then I think you go Hofer. But if the Blues still believe they can still be contenders in the next 1 to 2 years, then you stick with Binnington.
Cody, my dark horse President's Trophy team. I know they ain't winning the President's Trophy this year, but they're sure inching up the standings here. That was a big win for St. Louis in the standings.
Luckily for them, the West is god-awful.
Because, the wild card is open for those couple teams on the bubble there.
Yeah, and I mean, Utah's still in Eden after that freaking
You and I had Utah this year. I can't imagine them missing with how the West is at the bottom.
They're just too talented too, man.
Even if they fire a coach or bring a coach in, I think or they decide to go with them.
And I know San Jose is having a hell of a year. I don't see it continuing, though. Just from I don't think Binnington's played against us in 2 or 3 years. We always get Hofer for some unknown reason. But
just getting to all the comments here. Cody, we could show any box scores or any stats that you want.
Yeah, I got the hockey stat card pulled up. I'm going to show it for both teams just to kind of show the eye test for both here. But we're going to start with the Panthers. Not surprisingly, Aaron Ekblad, Gustav Forsling at the bottom here.
I did not like Ekblad 15 seconds into the game tonight, Cody, and I mentioned that to you off air, and there he is on the charts.
I know Mackey was hurt day-to-day. But damn, and I want Boquist up in the press box, man. I can't do it with him.
He had that chance tonight where Greer got credited with the goal, so I thought that was a nice play there. I thought Greer struggled defensively tonight, Cody, on getting back. And like we say, when our forwards are pinching up, he's getting caught and out of position and different things like that. And I know he's been so good for us this year.
I think
it's a little bit of a swoon here.
I think it's starting. I think that gas is starting to wear out a bit because he's never really been it.
But he was, but go ahead.
Ryan Hart, Bennett, Marsh, there wasn't really necessarily anyone good tonight, anyone really to brag about, let's just say. And then on the Blues side, I mean, I wholeheartedly believe with the top three are right here, and Thomas Berggren and Neighbors. Those
comment off air to me, and then I said Neighbors to you. I thought those were the best.
And then you got Justin Falk, former Hurricane.
Yeah, he got that late goal, right? So that's going to boost his metrics there.
And I thought And I thought Parayko had a really steady game for him.
You thought he was pretty good?
Pretty good. I wouldn't say good because good, it means a little bit. I just say steady.
I think Joel Hofer helped their game again on that rim around. Because, again, I had the Blues broadcast, and they were talking about his puck handling ability. You saw him at the end of the game there. I think that might have went in, the Erod save there. But, yeah, like the way that he's able to puck handle. And we've talked to our boy Chris Scott about this because he watches a lot of Blues games. Jordan Binnington's good on that as well. Maybe a St. Louis the best team on counteracting the Panthers' dump and chase style game with some of their defense that they have, and then the goaltender's able to move the puck. Like, they're one of the better teams I think that we've seen when we're trying to implement that game.
Yeah, and like that's like kind of like why that's why the Leafs losing Stolarz in that playoff series last year versus us was such a big thing because he's such a good puck handler.
Mm-hmm.
And puck handling goalies are a really big problem for the Panthers because it really counteracts that forecheck. But the minute we go against those really good goalies, we can't really do the hard rim around. We really got to go for that soft dump in into the trapezoid so the goalies can't get to it. And that's how you're going to have to start that forecheck.
No.
So, but
Cody, before we do, if you got some more stuff there, I just want to share this before our ad break a little bit later. Guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment on our videos. We've been doing a lot of videos this past week. Purchase a super chat donation. You could do it now when we're live, anytime when we're live. We appreciate that. Buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership. We're doing the Matthew Tkachuk giveaway. We'll let you guys know at the ad break how you can sign up for that. Gift a membership to people in the community. That way they have a chance to be members here and access to many other great perks.
Yeah, just give me one moment. I'm going to pull up something here.
Sounds good. And appreciate all the numbers last night. I know tonight everyone's probably a little down after the energy yesterday and the enthusiasm of the game. But, we appreciate all the replays and clicks in the morning on this as well. Don't have our boy Big C's here tonight. He might be dropping by the chat later. Nick might drop by as well, back from the rink. Nick's home right now, so he's catching all these home games. The Panthers got a good home schedule ahead here that they do have to take advantage of.
Yeah, but another thing with the Panthers and the way this year has gone for them, I don't get it for the life of me. I really don't. But I know the Blues aren't as a bad team as of right now, but they still, you got to call a spade a spade. They haven't been good this year. They play up to the good teams and then bad to the bad teams. Like, it's so up and down. Like,
and you would say even at home, like if you're going to break it down there.
Yeah, like we play good against a Dallas or a Vegas, but then we're struggling versus like a Buffalo per se, or really trying to or a Calgary. Like
Philadelphia is one of the teams, which we're going to get into later with our community Q&A after the break, Cody, that I know you're going to maybe address them.
Yep, your boy, no.
Yeah, your boy's been sending me this. I haven't watched McCarron closely. Your boy wants to make a big line, Cody, with Greer, Gadjevich, and McCarron down the middle.
Yeah, but here's the thing about 4C, buddy. It's just McCarron's just big. Like, that's just basically it. Like
you're not saying better than like a Rempe?
I don't know, just
better than a Delorier?
But I don't want those types. We already have enough guys in the damn box. I mean, it's just kind of just like a redundant good. I'm like, and I know he's out, but I like the way Schwint played for us. I really did. And, and you're praying for Nosek to get back. Maybe he gets back. Maybe he does. I don't know.
What were you going to pull up here, Cody?
I couldn't pull it up because it's like kind of restricted, but.
Yeah. Do we want to go into any of the minutes from last night to tonight? Because I thought it was interesting.
I could pull up the stat card from last night.
Yeah, even last night with the 30 minutes of ice time by Seth Jones, I think Forsling and Ekblad, they were about at 20. So I was wondering what the minutes were tonight and kind of breaking that down on a back-to-back here. Obviously, Mackey was the scratch. I wouldn't call it late scratch. What did we get a confirmation on that?
He's day-to-day.
So no information?
Yeah, no, he's day-to-day lower body. That's all we got. Jones played 30 minutes last night. Pull up the hockey stat. Luckily, the hockey stat card has a time on ice numbers on here for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can see, Seth Jones is right down here at 30 minutes of ice time. And let's see. As it's our top players from last night were Bennett and Marchand, both around 23 minutes. Our bottom players, Huvas Velinskis, Lusto, Lundell. Lundell has not been great the last couple and needs to pick it up a bit better here soon. Then you have Cunnin, Boquist, Forsling, and look, Gossesbear up there for Carolina with Aho. And Brandon Bussey, that's not a surprise, especially. And they have Bobrovsky all the way down here. I don't agree with that one, but then tonight you go right here. All Blues to start here. I mean, it's a bit before you get to the first Panther. Jones at about around 25 minutes of ice time tonight. Ekblad at 18 minutes and Forsling at 18 minutes.
So Maurice really, really bringing down those top pairing guys' minutes here over the last little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is I would like to see those minutes when it's a 2-1 game. It's been kind of tough to kind of see because we've been down multiple goals in these back-to-back games. And if we're down these multiple goals and we pulled the goalie with friggin' 7 minutes left.
Yeah, I was pretty.
So it adds on to it.
Oh.
But a 2-1 game would tell me a lot more than this kind of game would.
But I don't want to be getting into these type of games when we're starting to find our game and different things like this again. Everyone mentioning about Nosek, our very own Nick Levine mentioned, very early on in the preseason and start of the year that Nosek's going to be out long term here. So that's not really the answer at the 4C position here.
Yeah, so I think he may have tore multiple ligaments in his knee based off everything because he was in crutches during the the ring ceremony. And he looked worse off than Barkov did.
Than Barkov that just had it happen to him. There's our guy Joe there.
Just shout out Joe. But the Bruins have now tied up with the Canucks. It's a 4-4 game. Lightning are still up on the Canes. The Leafs are looking like they are going to lose in Nashville.
That game, how much time is left in it?
6 seconds.
Wow. Yes, Nashville up 5-3.
Yes. Who's, I guess, another empty netter?
Might be an empty netter. Wow. You're going to see what the fallout is in Toronto. There's a lot of stuff right now with Craig Berube. Hopefully have our boy Jim Behringer back next week or the following week, especially with the Winter Classic here. Holidays is going to be a busy time here. But talk about Craig Berube and the Maple Leafs. There's going to be a lot of developments here. I don't think too often, Cody, are coaches fired around the holiday freeze. That's the thing that I heard there the other day. It's very rare. I don't know. It probably has happened. But again, the Leafs are really here on the precipice of, big things of change, right? And you do a Morgan Riley. They're not going to move Austin Matthews right now, and his value with his back and the situation and certainty there. But I think in the offseason, you're going to start hearing more big names out of Toronto. But they're going to say, what's the easiest fix? Fire the coach and get a new one. But these guys shouldn't get away with another coach. But you know what the reason is that I've heard, Cody? Oh, Edmonton. You know how much coaches Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has had?
And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
In his career. You know how many coaches he's had?
Oh, Lord. He's been there forever, though. He was there, what?
He's a Huberdeau draft year. He's probably had more than Huberdeau and Barkov.
2011?
I heard the number.
So, McClellan, Aikens, Nobla, Woodcroft. That's 4 right there, and that's I don't even remember.
You're forgetting the German guy from the World Cup.
Who the hell has Edmonton's been their coaches?
That went to Buffalo.
That's not helping me.
Ralph Kruger.
I forgot. Oh, that guy. I forgot about him.
The Zoom interview.
What
number are you giving me? This is the number I heard from Kipper and Bourne. I don't know. I'm just going off a bit, but
let's see. He got there in 2011?
Yeah, the draft, the Huberdeau draft.
So Tom Rennie, Ralph Kruger, Dallas Aikens. So we are at 3 there. Todd Nelson, Todd McClellan. Oh, I forgot about Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. So that's 6.
Then Dave Tippett.
Tippett.
Then
7.
Jay Woodcroft.
8.
Then Chris Knobloch.
9. And 9 coaches Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has had. I think Draisaitl and McDavid are about 5. So again, they're trying to say, well, Toronto hasn't had that many. They haven't had that many because Mike Babcock was signed to a monster deal. That's part of that reason. And then they let him go at a certain point. So again, I don't know. I don't agree with the coach firing and the coach bump. It is one of my pet peeves in hockey. But you get to see it. Right? That team tonight, Jim Montgomery, was St. Louis going to fire him? If they're going to do something like that, that's crazy. Because remember, they fired their past coach, Drew Bannister.
But here's the thing. But that comparison to Nugent Hopkins is such a bad comparison. Like, I know you don't like Nugent Hopkins or whatever.
I'm not trying to bash him. I'm just
no. I'm just more on Kivra Moore side of it. I'm like, that's a bad comparison because number one, Edmonton was dysfunctional for half of that.
They had the decade of darkness, and
they didn't. What the hell they were doing? Matthews made the playoffs in his second year in the league.
Yeah, and then they almost upset Washington in their first playoff appearance where they're like, after that, they said it's not if we're going to win a Stanley Cup, it's like
when.
It's when and how many. That's what they thought. And maybe rightfully so. But, look at where they're at now. And it can't just because Mitch Marner's not there. Mitch Marner helps you in the regular season. But, again, people that want to keep him, it's like, well, do you want to keep him? And then, what do you want to do when you get to the playoffs? Bump your head against the ceiling again? And then that's as far as you get.
What now is it worse now? Another pointless night for Matthews and Nylander and Nyes if you want to include him into that.
Machelli hasn't played in 10 or 11 games, and he was one of their big free agent signings.
Hey, guess what? He had a point tonight at least.
Oh, he played tonight. Well,
he had a point at least.
So he hadn't played in about 9-10 games, I think, previously, or hadn't got a point in 9-10 games, one or the other.
Anton Lundell has the same amount of points as Matthews does.
Matthews is being compared to Sebastian Aho and Nico Hischier. That's where his game is at right now.
That's
not good.
That is not good at all.
And if everyone's upset, if the Panthers lost, look around the Atlantic and who are here on After Dark talking about teams around the league.
If you want to be upset the Panthers lost, be all right, be upset, but we come off 4 straight or whatever, and this was kind of a bit of a trap game per se. And I've seen a lot. I thought there were a lot worse games. At least tonight there was a lot more of there was reasoning for them to kind of be fatigued.
Yeah. No, I know you're kind of that's kind of your stance on it, and I respect that. Even if I disagree with it a little bit. This is a good point here. Mark Savard, they've talked about that too, but I think Berube and Savard could be out the door at the same time, Joe. And again, I don't agree with it if they're going to fire Berube.
They fire Berube and Savard. Who are they bringing in? Is DeBoer going to fix this in 2 seconds?
That's what they said. But why would DeBoer want to sign up for this if he's going to be part of this mess? He could sign in at the end of the year and be like, okay, this is a fresh slate, whatever happens. But if he signs with the team now, then he's going to be part of this. And that's not going to be good for his name. Unless they just hand him the bag.
How about this? Let's think about it like this. Because the way Utah's playing, I think Andre Turangi's job is in the balance as well.
Okay. So
let me ask you this. If you are Pete DeBoer, who would you rather go to, Utah or Toronto? I'm going right to Utah. There's a hell of a lot less pressure. I have the same amount of talent, more coming on the way. Toronto has nothing in the pipeline here.
And the problem, just to jump in, the problem with Toronto is, I think too, Cody, you don't know the job security of Brad Treliving, and if he gets fired, then you've got a new GM coming in as you've come in the door.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And in Utah, I have a lot of my guys locked in. Guess who's locked in? Logan Cooley's locked in. You have Sergachev for more years. You have Genther. You have, I'm blanking a lot of these guys now. But you have Keller. It's just, and are you really going to want to deal with that media over there?
No, DeBoer, you could argue, wants more of a veteran-laden lineup. But Utah is ready to make that next jump. So it's okay, maybe a step behind of what teams that you might be looking at. But beggars can't be choosers. And some of these teams at the top, Cooper's locked in, Paul Maurice is locked in, Bednar's not going anywhere. Obviously, DeBoer, the situation with Dallas, he ain't going back there. So, you got to look at these situations. I don't know if you had a Winnipeg more so, if Arneal got fired in the offseason or something happened there. But he would have more options and just be like, yeah, I'm going to take the Toronto job tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's just, and you also don't forget. Guess you know who Utah is coming along the way now? I don't know, a kid by the name of Tisha Gidla. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Oh yeah, the World Juniors. We're going to get to a question on that later.
Yeah, but just I think we're kind of switching over from the Panthers here now,
Yeah.
going over to the second halves. But
we'll go to the break. We're going to come back with some community Q&A stuff.
Yeah, and more around the NHL talk, especially a big thing that happened in the Atlantic Division this week. So, but I guess before we continue any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor, CatsNR.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And let's hear another word from our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA. Champions don't settle, and neither should you. Let me introduce Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA, bringing a competitive edge to South Florida luxury real estate. If you want a home that performs in all three zones, location, lifestyle, and long-term value, Jeremy is your power play. The clock is ticking. Let's go for the cup. Reach out now at BeckSellsFLA.com, and that is BeckSellsFLA.com. And YouTube members, listen up. For your chance to win a Matthew Tkachuk 20x14 autograph frame Stanley Cup photo donated to us from Les Dunbar, your sports memorabilia store, dual certified from YSMS, and the players themselves, YSMS is the official memorabilia provider for Brad Marchand. Visit Les's store online at www.yoursportsmemorabiliastore.com, and good luck and stay tuned to the Cats and Rats YouTube channel.
Some people were asking me about that today, Cody, within our community. So I told them, make sure you sign up. And again, make sure when you sign up, you're on the desktop version, and just go on the browser and you'll be able to join the Cats Rats community. Make sure you sign up as a gold or silver member again for that Matthew Tkachuk. Great prize donated by Les Dunbar.
But do we want to go right to the Q&A right now?
Yeah, we can get to that, Cody. We got a lot of great questions, even from Rod Peterson sending one in to us. So I don't know if you checked that out earlier.
Yeah. So give me a moment. Here we go.
If you want to get in on this, make sure you DM me on the Q&A on X or on Instagram.
I want to go to this question first because this is from one of our YouTube members, RC.
Okay.
And I think this is a great question. Among whom do you feel is the Panthers MVP among the depth players, specifically those who are not signed to at least till 2030?
So you want to pull up the 2030 contracts, or are we going off top?
I already know mine.
Again, say the beginning part again to me.
Who has been the MVP this year among the depth players? I think it's been AJ Greer, easily.
Yeah, go ahead, share his numbers there. That's a great.
I mean, he just broke his career high tonight with 7 goals on the season. His career high before that was 6. And he's been playing in the top 9 for a good part of this year. And I think some nights he brought his line to the fight. Some nights.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has 7 goals, 7 assists for 14 points. And for those who care about plus minus, he is +4.
That's been pretty good because our plus minus on our team has not been high this year.
And his career high in points is last year at 17 for 81 games. Oh, wow. Joe with the $3.33.
Thank you, Joe.
Appreciate it, Joe. Like, subscribe, comment for the 3P.
There we go. Joe's been saying it all month long here. The 3P. We appreciate it, Joe. Joe, make sure to reach out to us on X or Instagram. If you're just a YouTube guy, let us know that as well. Again, on our members chat, we do have one on YouTube, but I love hearing from you guys on X or Instagram if you're over there on our channel. I will put our channels at the bottom here. So
but this year for Greer, through 35 games, this is by far a career high in average time on ice at 11.25 minutes per night. His previous career high was at 9 minutes and 36 seconds, which was last season. I'm not counting his rookie year because that was only 5 games.
Yeah.
So he's been a revelation for the Panthers, in my opinion.
Yeah, Cody, I'm having a hard time picking anyone. Lundell's locked in. Marchand's locked in. I guess I could go with someone like Eetu Luostarinen because he's not locked in that long. He's going to have a contract due up here soon. But I don't know that well. A guy like Erod would be in that mix as well. I think at times he's had to play over his abilities, but like last night, if you look at that game, he was the MVP in that game last night. But I don't think he's had that every game in, game out, where I think Greer's had a bit more of that consistency. But I give an honorable mention to Erod. I can't say with Lusto because he's missed time with the barbecue incident. So, but I think he would be in the mix. I can't really say anything with the defense. The main guys are locked in and they haven't played.
All of them are locked in.
And then the other guys have been in and out of the lineup.
Yeah, but I think honestly,
Arisoff, they might not say it after tonight, but some people might say someone like him.
But I think it's AJ Greer.
Yep.
Next question coming from, let's go, Rod Peterson. Who's the World Juniors favorite? I guess who's our World Juniors pick? Are you sticking with
Canada is the number one favorite by the odds. I don't have it in front of me here, Cody. You might be able to pull it up. USA is second favorite. And Sweden is the third favorite. Sweden's got some lottery pick guys. They got one kid that could go in the top 3 in the draft. But I really like how Canada has picked this lineup. Is it Dale Hunter? I always get the Hunters confused. Dale?
Yeah, Dale Hunter?
Dale Hunter, Mark Hunter. They're running Team Canada this year. The guys that run the London Knights. So I feel really good about that management and coaching staff team. I hate when they go to the Q, Cody, and they pick all these kids from the Quebec League. And I was talking with Rybert about this and bypass the kids from the WHL. But USA hockey's coming up. In the last 5 years, you might not even have to argue. They've been the better, more dominant World Junior team. Canada's had 2 disappointing years. It's very hard to see them having 3, following up with a 3rd disappointment. So they usually kind of round into form if they fail once, even twice in a row. So again, maybe biased here. I might go with Canada, but Sweden's a real sneaky pick. Sweden, USA, they often match up in a semifinal or a gold medal matchup. Those 2 countries, they go head-to-head quite often in the World Juniors.
You know,
Cody, I don't know if you've looked into the roster thing. I still got to do some studying.
I'm going to go with the dark horse here. Give me Czechia this year.
Oh, because of kind of what they did last year to Canada, and they're coming up maybe here. They've had a lot of criticism with their program, Cody, and their lack of development. But are they coming?
They got some dogs this year. I mean, they got they have like a really strong roster going into this World Juniors this year. Like,
part of my ignorance, just to jump in, but where is it being hosted this year?
That's a great. I'm not even sure.
Canada last year. I don't know if it's Canada again.
It's in Minnesota this year.
It's in Minnesota.
Yes.
Ooh.
Home cooking for the USA this year.
Spicy. I remember Phil the Thrill Kessel when it was in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Now, Canada did dominate that tournament, but Phil Kessel was the MVP, I think, of that tournament. All those guys.
I mean, last year caused Team Canada really kind of just change up everything.
Well, people said the lineup that they picked last year was
RC with the gifted 1 membership. Appreciate RC.
Appreciate RC.
But no, it's a
and Joe, you just got the membership, I think. So there you go, Joe. Wow, there you go,
that's
Joe.
Appreciate it. But I don't know. It's just this World Junior is a little bit unpredictable. It's just Canada could win. But I don't know. Like last year,
I just have good vibes with Canada this year, where last year there was not good vibes. What was it, Dave Cameron?
Yeah, it was no good vibes from the roster picks because they left.
Schaefer got hurt in that tournament too, I believe.
Yeah, and they left off a lot of good players. Remember, they left off Zane Parak. They left off
Ginla. They left off.
They left off Ginla. I think, was it Michael Misa? Did they leave off too?
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, they left off a lot of guys, and they try to go for like a heavier lineup.
They try to go with that balance, right, instead of the best players.
Yeah, and it just didn't work out for them.
So this year I asked my Canadian group chat, did they leave anyone off? And so far the answer back is no. So I think that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be those tough cuts. It's going to be with the USA Development Program now. USA Development Program is so deep, even in net that we're seeing now at the pro level, you're going to leave good players at home. So it's tough.
And
Finland, the way they pick their team is fucked. They go like old boys, Sonic Club, they call it. And they make some weird decisions at the junior level and at the pro level, but a lot at the junior level. They make some weird decisions, Finland, at times.
Yeah. They left off one really big piece who was a top 10 pick last year in Buffalo, Costa Helidis, I think it is.
Okay.
They left him off the preliminary.
They do that all the time in Finland. They are like, what? I'm like, okay.
And another big Canadian snub, and it's because He's on a tear right now in the NHL. He's probably my Calder runner-up right now. Beckett Seneca.
Oh,
Another guy they left off.
because they were able to. The Ducks were going to let them take him.
Yeah. No, he wasn't with the Ducks last year.
Oh, last year. Sorry.
Yeah, and then Andrew Crystal for the Capitals, that was left off. That was Vince's big thing.
Yep.
And they had trouble scoring once Schaefer went down, and they just struggled from then.
Yep.
And like and they had that. I don't know who that Latvian goalie is, but I want the Panthers still to get him.
Oh, there's some Latvian goals. That's when what's his name made his big appearance with Latvia way back in the day, and it was when it was in Edmonton. Who am I thinking of? You'll probably draw his name later. Where's Elvis from? Mercelikins? Is he Latvian?
He might be.
It might have been him. Whoever was in that Edmonton tournament, he stole the show for Latvia. But yeah, like again, the tournament starts, I believe, Boxing Day. So everyone that has not watched it before, I know a lot of our fans in our community started watching it a couple years ago when USA took gold there. I think it was overseas. Was it in Sweden a couple years back?
But I'm just happy. I just got my work schedule for next week, and I'm just happy I get to watch the Winter Classic. So,
well, Cody, you got to join us for the live stream then.
I don't know. I'm gonna be behind on that, so we'll see.
You're not joining us. So it's gonna be me and Banksy, I guess.
We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna be way behind. That's just the issue.
Okay, let me know. Banksy get trouble with the stream.
Next question. Yes. Almost halfway through the season, what team in the East are you concerned about possibly being able to beat with this Panthers team 4 out of 7 games, even without Barkov from our boy Chris_crosscheck? I'm not scared of any team in the East, to be dead honest with you.
That's the real answer, I think.
Like, I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. I'm not scared of anyone.
When you use the word scared, and is that the word that Chris used?
I guess worried is his.
Worried. Okay, scared's different. Because scared, I don't think the Panthers have been scared of anyone
since. Who worries me though?
Chuck have come in. Worries you? I got an answer, but
Tampa.
Cody, we're like Tampa. We're like Carolina. Cody, you told me off. You told me off the air last time. Remember? You said you're going to bring the information on it.
Yeah, who the hell did I say? I don't even remember now.
In the Metro.
Oh, in the Metro?
They wear orange.
Oh, Philly. Yep, they do scare me.
There you go.
they terrify me a bit.
What?
And it's only because of Ladar.
That's the only reason? Not
only that, but I think their speed and the way they play.
Like they bog us down.
Yeah, and the other thing is I don't think the Panthers can necessarily like bully them per se. That's just not Philly. Especially with Rick Tocchet as the head coach. I think that's a team that could get the Panthers a run for their money.
And again, I don't think it's Tampa. I don't think it's Carolina because the history that we've had with them. Of course, those are good candidates to pick. I'm not calling New Jersey. They're turning to the frauds again. I'm going to say, and I know they haven't been playing well this year, Cody, and we talked about them allowing the most goals east. I'm just going to say Montreal. They swept Florida last year. We haven't seen them yet this year, right, Cody? We're going to see them for the first time on the Eastern Canada road trip. I really want to see how the Panthers match up with the Canadians because I think that's top of the list.
Yeah, but coming to show, it's more of just I hate going against Dan Vladar because he has the Panthers number. It's more of just that.
But Cody, you're talking about with the Flyers where they had John Tortorella and now they're into Rick Tocchet, and you're still feeling that same way.
Yeah, it's the same. They have the same it's the same mentality because that's how Tocchet was as a player. And and I guess our boy from our moderator David T has a great question for us. What do you think has clicked in the last couple of weeks to get out of the Thanksgiving funk? Besides that, two coming back, it's the most straightforward answer I could give you. Carter Verhaeghe and Sam Bennett actually played better.
And people, were you listening to us on that? Right?
That was it.
It's
was
not
all
like
we needed.
Lineup, Cody, who was out of the lineup. It was the top guys, namely those forwards, not producing.
That was just it. That was the whole thing.
Those two guys. Because Marchand was.
Reinhart was.
Look at Lundell was a top 3-point guy. Now he's 4th or 5th on the team because everyone's bumping up. I think he's maybe 4th, 5th.
But there was
top 3 all year, Lundell.
There was also a point that AJ Greer had more points than Sam Bennett.
Yeah, Sam Bennett was down at, was he 7th or 8th with team points?
He got demoted to the third line after the Pittsburgh game after that effortless shift he gave out.
I want to say Jones for sure, and maybe even Forsling. They had more points than Sam Bennett.
Yeah, and then Verhaeghe, once he had the kid, it was just.
Yep. Now I was talking with our boy Ben Saunders. By the way, everyone listen to our intro and our outro. That's from Ben. Check out Blackjack 0. It's pinned to our show description. So give a shout out to Ben. Check out his YouTube page. Maybe subscribe there. Give him a couple likes. He'll appreciate that. Ben said maybe like Kirby, he just had things on his mind about the real life world, things like that. I'm like, yes, Ben, I agree with you, but look at what Verhaeghe was doing last year, struggling and things like that. So I don't think it was all like just family related stuff. And again, that might have played into it a little bit, but you're looking at, and we hear the things about Sam Bennett. Well, Brad Marchand is the oldest guy on this team. Again, he looked like the fastest guy out there on the ice tonight on a back-to-back, I might mention to you there, Cody. And he's playing with urgency. He's playing with something. So again, we need that. Like Sam Bennett and Carter Verhaeghe are making $15 million, and we were not getting that production to start the year. So I don't know. As much as we love Etu, and that's your guy, Cody, I don't think that was the whole reason.
But Etu put all the wingers back in place. That's what helped.
Yeah.
But it's mainly just you needed those two to play better. That's what changed everything. Because the D were good to start the year. Then the goaltending really came alive, and here was the issue. We couldn't get goal scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mainly from those two, and those who have played better. And guess what? We go on a 4-game winning streak. Is that really a coincidence? I don't think it is.
And then everyone's like, well, we're not getting the goaltending. The goaltending are players too. They can have a bad stretch. They did have a bad stretch during the Calgary games, the Philly game, that stretch there at home there, those games are.
But then you had a stretch where everything was kind of aligned together. And now here's 4-game win streak. They didn't win tonight, but here's the thing. I'm confident they can bounce back and win the next one because those guys are starting to go now.
Yep. Yeah, this shootout with the Bruins in Vancouver is in the 7th round. Vancouver just got the lead again. Sucks that Boston gets a point here tonight, but we'll see if they get to.
Hey,
but Cody, I just want to say, when we have great moderators like use that quotes, great moderators like David T. Who needs enemies, right? Did you see the rest of his message there? Do you want to?
Yeah, I wasn't going to read that out.
Did you want to put it on the screen for everyone?
I was trying to avoid this, but hey.
Yeah, look at this guy. This is our moderator. Cody.
Are you prepared to admit that the Winter Classics are beautiful?
So we're trying to go old school style 30s, 50s?
We're a franchise born in 1993 trying to harken to a time we didn't even exist.
Look, show all this tan stuff. There's the first image there. Yeah, there's some good patches there. Hey, some good ode. David throws in the military, the flag, and all that. Hey,
But that patch looks awkward. That's a goalie, right? Why is he looking like that?
That's the Miami Clippers logo there, right?
Bad logo.
But Cody, why do you think the coaching?
And this is the worst front crest in the Panthers' history.
And our boy Ben said today it's growing on him, Cody.
Oh no, it'll never grow on me. And
there's my reaction, Cody.
And there it is, right there.
Cody, why do you think the coaches rejected wearing Winter Classic stuff? They said it's for the players. Bullshit. If it was nice stuff, the coach would be like, I'll wear that. They're not wearing it because they don't want to.
Calling bullshit on that?
Yes, I'm calling bullshit because I rejected having certain sneakers that I didn't want to wear as a coach because I didn't want to put them on my feet. So I'm like, if they were nice shoes and you're giving them to me, fine. I didn't want them. I didn't want these low cut Kobe's that I was going to roll my ankles in. I'm like, no, thank you.
Oh, you weren't a fan of the low cuts?
No.
Are you a mid cut guy?
Especially my point guard that has a scholarship to a college and university. He's rolling his ankles left, right, and center. And I'm like, are you going to stop? He's in high school.
Are you a mid cut guy?
Stop wearing those low cuts. So
are you a mid cut guy?
Yeah, mid or high. I just the low cut is just not good, man. And your point guard's wearing it. I'm like cringing every time he's cutting and making plays. But you know what I mean? Like Cody, I think they're going to wear the varsity jacket with maybe the small patch. And then they'll have the Panther logo on the side there, the profile one or whatever. They might wear those with the fedora, but they're not wearing the Winter Classic gear. And it's a whole media spin on it.
And die hard
here. We're not back at that.
And die hard with the last question. With the NHL standing so tight in the Atlantic Division, who do you guys think will be in playoff contentions after the Olympic break? Because he originally says Christmas break, but here's the thing: everyone's in playoff contention in the East still. So
he said Olympic break.
Yeah, he said Christmas and Olympic break. So
That's a big difference, diehard, because the Olympic break, when they come back, that's the end
a
of.
better question, a better answer would be who would be out.
And he's asking in the East.
Yes. So here's who I think would be out in the East, and I really think it's just two teams: Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I think those are the two.
And that's crazy to say Pittsburgh, but I agree with you. Like that is like.
I think everyone else will stay in
What about
contention.
Philadelphia though?
No, I think they're in a playoff spot, kind of all right now. So
Yeah, but that's where Pittsburgh's been too. Now, are you saying Columbus isn't going to fall out because they're starting to buy, as we were on air last night when Mason Marchment came in to Columbus?
That doesn't change anything, but
like you really like coach, hey?
who, Everson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Everson.
You favor him, like, so you're going to give that a little bit of a bump there. I'm always like in between on Columbus. I don't think Detroit and Boston are going to fall so far out, but I can see one of those.
They're not going to fall out by then.
Not by the end of February?
No, they're going to be like a March, April fallout.
Okay. But at the end of February is kind of, we're getting into March there. So I could see one of those two diehard, Boston or Detroit, falling out. Now, injuries play a factor in that consistency. I really like Todd McClellan in Detroit. If he wasn't there, I would
if Dylan Larkin doesn't get hurt for Detroit, they should be fine. If he gets hurt for a week or two, they may fall out right then.
But has Detroit really figured out their goaltending situation? Like Talbot is outplaying Gibson this year, right?
And they're starting to play that young guy, Sebastian Kosa. So
Kosa's starting to get in there. Yep, get some. But again, I can't die hard to your question. I can't even say Toronto right now, but they could be in a lot of trouble.
I don't want to say them yet. I really don't. They have too much talent for me to say them.
Because if they fire the coach, then you guys see who comes in there and what coaching bump do they get from that, or is there no bump at all? And does Matthews go under the knife after the Olympics? This is a big talking point.
Do you think they shut him down after the Olympics?
And I've heard, Cody, from talking to different people, it could be a possibility. But if they do shut him down, this could be a year-long recovery. This isn't one of these things where you're trying to push to come back in 4 months, 6 months. It could be a long time. Because I think he's been waiting to do this for a while, if he does go, in fact, under the knife after them. So I'm not saying he will, but if he does, I think he's been wanting to do this for a year and a half.
Because something's wrong. I've watched Toronto this year. Something's off. I don't know what it is.
With our community on that, when he ran into the back wall against Detroit in that one game, there was another play where he got jabbed in the back and kind of fell to his feet.
Because
there's been a couple.
Because he's had these injury problems the last 2 to 3 years.
And now, sorry, jumping quick. Not only is it his shot, because they're all saying it was his wrist. It was his wrist. His speed is down now. To me, that means that's your back, that's your hips, that's like, that's your lower region that you're pushing off from. And I don't think there's any indication of a knee injury. So like that's your back and the hip areas.
But if you're dealing with a knee, that's when you really got to go under the knife. But even with a back, you got to do it.
But the back thing is more scary than going under the knife with the knee. It's almost like the Jack Eichel thing with the neck. I think the back is worse than the neck. Because if you get the neck fusion surgery and you get it right, like Jack Eichel's, have you heard anything on that? If you get back surgery, your back's never going to be the same again. Not just in hockey, but in life. Your back.
Vasilevsky is a prime example. He's been all right, but he hasn't been the Vasilevsky.
There's a good example right there. I think Gary Roberts, I think that was his neck, but he had to retire.
But Eichel had it with his neck, and he's been phenomenal. He hasn't really been hurt since.
Yeah, I think he made a call on the surgery and the pushback that he was having with Buffalo and what surgery and operations. So again, Matthews going to Germany, all that stuff. I think that looms large on Toronto here, to Diehard's question of if they do fall. I wouldn't be shocked at the end of the year if they are a bottom 5 team. I'm just not ready to put them there yet.
It's just the way they're going. We could see it happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark clouds.
But like I said, with their history, I'm not calling it yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of.
It's like with the Chiefs in football. I'm not calling it until I see them actually eliminated.
Literally, that's what everyone's answer was, and then oh shoot, they're eliminated because they are.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Now they are. Yes.
Yeah. So it's it happened. You're right. But I'm not giving Toronto that much credit. I'm not putting them on the
But
Chiefs.
Remember how last night I told you and Nick, hey, I'm surprised Carolina didn't say a challenge for goaltender interference on the first goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Marchand cup checked Bussy.
Yes. We saw that after. We're like, good eye by Cody there. Me and Nick
Like I saw this on the replay. Cup check, just it's in the back of the net, like bang, just.
So they're gonna say accidentally on purpose, right? It's the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Cody,
Like,
did you see the meme or GIF that our boy Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells, by the way, shared today? It was that little kid with the road hockey goalie that's like the tutor, and he goes to the goalie and he's cross checking him and hitting him there. He's like, there. That's Brad Marchand.
You know,
Brad Marchand actually shared that on his Instagram.
You know what's funny? People are just like so mad about the Jarvis Erod call.
Okay, Cody, for context, I came on yesterday. I've been sick. I'm battling all this. I don't come on and look at what's going on social media. So, like, I didn't have a good look at it as you did. But, yeah, it's a trip, you know. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something on the trip penalty? I heard it on the St. Louis broadcast tonight.
Sure.
So, 2 to 3 years ago, if you hit the puck first, then trip the guy, it's no penalty. But now, in the last 2 years, I think the St. Louis broadcast said, if you hit the puck, then follow through and trip the guy, it's still a trip.
That I don't agree with. I don't like the second part of it
a little bit because guys can just we would be great at this. AJ Greer, Matthew Tkachuk, just falling down on the ice and hitting the puck and then taking the guy out. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the soccer rule with like a tackle or whatever. As long as you get the ball, contact with the player is probably going to be allowed.
So the soccer rule is not what the hockey rules. It's still if you take the ball first and the guy, it's not a yellow card. It's not.
Yeah. Unless it's like kind of like different or whatever, depends on the play. But if you're like going across and you hit the ball, but the guy ends up tripping over you, it's a good tackle.
But this is supposed to be more of a black and white rule in the NHL now, where the goaltender interference rule is just still up in the air.
That was hilarious
tonight, and I don't blame him.
Oh no, I don't blame him for whatever. But for me, it's just the whole of everybody was just so angry about like, oh, that trip wasn't called. The Panthers get away with everything. Da 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 da. That was the call. If they were all complaining about, I would 100% agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think you'd be more mad about that one than you would that one. But people are probably mad because Jarvis got hurt. But here's the thing: that play happens all the time. That's not a new thing. Oh, because
Al McDavid tore his knee up with Mark Giordano, they still don't forget that.
Yeah, there's like a Twitter account called World Hockey Report who's like an Oiler fan or whatever. It was like Erod should be suspended for it.
Cody, I sent you a tweet. Can you check in your inbox and share it on the screen for audience? It was from a Hockey Reporter, the guy you just mentioned, one of those guys, our NHL Insider Report guy. It's about the Florida Panthers and where they were in the Eastern Conference. I just want everyone to see this tweet and the date on it, if you can pull that up.
I know exactly what tweet you're talking about.
Share that for our audience here.
Did you send it to me individually or?
I sent it to you individually, I think, and in the group. But check founding yours and then the After Dark as well. It'll be in there. It's about where the Panthers were in the standings. So hopefully it's there. I know we're having issues with our group chat of things not being sent through. Just check, you'll find it. Hopefully in one of them there. Very nice from Joe there.
Like, I'm gonna try and find it here.
Yeah, it should be in there. You only have to scroll up that far. Well, nice comment here from AB. Hey, go look at our Seth Jones trade reaction show.
People saying we were coping.
Yeah, it's our most popular video, I think. Just go back and like see the comments there, see the reaction. I love doing that with different channels, trade reaction and different things like that, rankings, and then see where everyone had said player. And we were very high on Seth Jones here in the Cats and Rats community. Appreciate their commentator.
Like, I'm trying to find this thing. Is it like NHL Watcher or whatever?
Yeah. Just Florida Panthers, Eastern Conference. Last place. Just if you find it. Show the date there. I don't know why stuff's not sending through because I know I sent it to you. Over on X there, Cody.
I know. I'm looking. I just can't find it.
Yeah, well, it's going to load for you probably. Anyways, I think it was December 2nd. 5th? The Florida Panthers were last in the Eastern Conference. Crazy to think now. A matter of 2 weeks later here.
Like,
yeah, I don't know why this stuff's not sending there. Sasha here.
So yeah, what's that?
The Tampa fans The Tampa fans, man, were a lot this week. And Carolina, their admin page always is a clown show over there. I don't know if it's like that on Instagram, but I know it's like that on X. And they got called out here last night when they were making the Carolina admin page, Cody, made fun of the Florida Panthers when we won their one playoff game in 2023. And then people just say, hey, what do you think now of us? So people share that tweet from the min page. People said, I don't know, that min person still has a job there with Carolina.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of just so funny about how some things have worked out. Because like that admin page probably is a more reason why I can't stand Carolina.
Yeah, the admin page and how they operate.
Just like they are just not and like that fan base is like so cocky or whatever for them not winning a damn thing.
Mm-hmm. And playing the victim complex a bit, which is pretty rich. We see it with Tampa, but it's ironically, we see it more with their new media that don't remember actually the history of like 5, 6, 7 years ago with the Battle of Florida. And, they're running their mouth and stuff like that. I'm like, you guys don't really remember the history. Hey, I'm always here to impart history on people. So like whenever I see that stuff, but you know what, the media, they don't even come back and answer you. We're content people here, got a very professional page and everything like that. Don't even answer and respond back. And then Pat Maroon says 24 hours later, yeah, it goes back 6, 8 years. Yeah, no shit. Right. Right. But yeah, people, they don't even hold their own. They don't have accountability within the media, which is, it's wild, But hey, we'll always remember that, the Vegas guys, Tampa Bay now and stuff like that. But yeah, we're kind of wrapping here. I don't think we're gonna catch our boy Nick here coming back from dinner, but that's all right. Yeah. What do we got on the docket here?
We have a new general manager of the Buffalo Sabres this week, Kirby. The Sabres fired Kevin Adams this week. It was a long time coming, and they have hired now former Blue Jackets general manager Jarmo Kekalainen.
Yep.
Now is leading.
Which I thought he was always going to get another shot. I told you that last year. Didn't know it was going to be in Buffalo. But
like Buffalo hired him last year to be in the front office here, and now, and is frankly Kevin Adams did, and some people believe that Kevin Adams was going to hired his eventual replacement, and here we are a year later. Jarmo Kekalainen is the new head honcho in Buffalo.
So he's got a lot of those he's got a lot of those Columbus Blue Jackets connections like our very own Bill Zito does. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what he kind of does there with bringing in not just personnel on the ice, but off the ice, and see how they try to restructure things in Buffalo. But Terry Bagula actually made a move here. So that's interesting.
I forgot the name around. Cody was right last night. They were there. It was in the playoff series. 100%. Yes. That was them. Yeah. That was them. That wasn't us.
And do you guys remember when everybody's kung fu fighting and Kakaniemi was like kicking his blade behind?
Yeah.
There was a lot of things.
Look, they did 4 or 5 things before we did something. Remember, especially called Bump and Bob.
Yes.
With the little hip check. Aho, yeah. Neon Reinhardt. Gossip Bear shooting the puck at Marchand.
Yes.
Like, they were doing all this.
4 or 5 legitimate things. Yeah.
Yeah. And here was the infuriating part. Then they looked confused at us when we wanted to come back at them saying, hey, you got an answer for this.
Yeah.
And you know what they didn't do? They didn't answer for it. They tried to turtle with their gloves on. And remember the whole Matthew Tkachuk clip where he looks at Aho when he does this. We remember what you did. Don't forget.
And what the Panthers did was they didn't do anything dirty or malicious. What they did, Cody, and we'll never get credit for this because we're always the dirty hockey team. We forechecked the hell out of them. Like we pushed Morrow out of the series. They couldn't even play him more than 5 minutes. And we just dominated. And then Barkov is like, okay, I'm going to take over now. Thank you very much, Orlov. I'm going to take that from you. Like we played hockey. We countered with hockey and skill. That's why teams cannot be the Panthers, Cody. They could try to be tough, try to fight you in the streets. But like you say all the time, one, it gets them out of their game. And two, it's not going to stop us because you know what our counter is? Skill in putting the puck in the back of the net. It's like that's what infuriates teams, and that's why they're so mad at us. It's not that we're the biggest bullies. It's like they're better skilled than us.
No, it's just we bully you not on physically and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and mentally.
Because remember, Edmonton blew the gasket game 3. And I mean, they were trying to come at us and they lost.
I watched Corey Perry clip again. Keep down your effing sticks. Stop going to the effing box. Right? And then how do we make them pay? We score on the power play or we score a back-breaking goal. It's not just bullying and punishing them. And the way that the Panthers play, Cody, and fans know this, we wear teams down, so by the third period, you have nothing left. And overtime hockey, and you play every other night in the playoffs, that's exhausting. Hey. The Panthers have one of the best gas tanks, if not the best gas tanks in the NHL. Right? It's the whole thing. It's the mental warfare. It's the physicality. It's the skill. It's the game within the game. You know, the chess pieces. It's everything that they do. And, that's why this team's going to go down in history. And I'm glad that my team, Cody, because this is how I would coach. And how
you have the people that are just like, oh, Florida could get away with anything. Okay, yeah. We had Aaron Ekblad was suspended not once but twice during those playoffs last year, right? And he was suspended 2 games in the playoffs for that hit on Hagel. But here's the thing. He missed 4 games in the postseason due to suspension. You know what we were in those games? 3-1.
Yeah, okay, this guy's out of the lineup. Barkov's injured. Reinhart's injured. Team's still rolling. Kachuk, he didn't find his game till the conference final, and he still wasn't 100% healthy. It's that's what's frustrating. It's the Lustos, the Erods, the new players, Marchand, Seth Jones. I don't think we win the cup without Marchand.
And people forget about this. We were in that game 4 versus Carolina. We rested players because they could have played.
Yes.
Nah. We'll back.
It's almost we're you can have this. We won't sweep you. We'll take the gentleman's sweep this time.
Yeah, we did it because Reinhart sat, Mikkola sat.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, Mikkola's becoming a little bit more of a dirty hits.
And I think Greer has.
I need him to calm down on that. I'm not liking some of the hits.
I need Greer and Mikkola too.
Especially the one on Gensel a couple nights ago.
Yeah, Mikkola's getting some of the stuff I don't like near the boards there. The hit yesterday that I didn't like. Who was it from on Reinhardt there?
Oh, Walker.
Walker, yeah. Mikkola does that type of stuff too. I don't like it. Nick Cousins. Nick Cousins goes without saying. Right now Vegas is down to Calgary here. They're getting pumped a bit.
Pumped already?
Is it 2-0 or 3-0?
2-0.
Schmid might be hurt. I don't know. But
Schmid.
I'd love to see that. I don't know if he's hurt.
No, I like to see that because I have their backup in fantasy.
Oh, the guy fell right on him and bent his back and neck. Yeah, he might be hurt.
Hey, listen, I have the backup in fantasy, so.
Wow. Yeah. But Cody, anything else? We're going to kind of wrap here. We do have one more game before the holiday break.
Yeah, at Carolina. No,
we'll probably be back. Yeah. Probably be back here.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back here because there might be some fireworks in that game.
Appreciate all the Carolina Hurricanes fans who dropping by last night. St. Louis fans a little bit more hospitable. But of course that's going to be hospitable. But that's going to be because they're in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and we never play them. It's just
that would be a war if we played St. Louis and we were in that Central Division. Whew. Man.
But I've always been impartial to a Blues fans. I always like the Blues.
I like the Blues history and I respect it and everything like that. I think the 2019 gets talked about too much. We can do what the Blues did in 2019. Some NHL team says, no, that's an outlier. Let's be real. So, but yeah, Panthers fall here tonight. Cody, we will be back.
We will be back.
And we will be around for Winter Classic coverage. Team Canada stuff on New Year's Eve. Make sure to tune in for that. USA date, I don't think has been announced. Cody will probably be running that for the roster announcements. So lots of stuff here on the cap.
But anyway, we appreciate you guys for watching here tonight.
Yep.
For Kirby, myself, and the guys that are here, Nick and Big C's, and our boy Jim Behringer, we say thank you. Once again, shout out to our sponsors Caneswear, Les Dunbar, your sportsman, Sport, and Jeremy Beckham at Backcells FLA. But as we say goodbye, we say thank you. And as always, let's go Cats.